If you want respect, you gotta earn it. You damn right.
Once again, this song, we are back. Hard to earn. What up, B?
What's going on, Tor? How's everything, man?
Everything is great.
Everything is great?
Yes.
Ready for the summer?
Yes.
Ready for the summer?
Barely. I mean, it's gonna be a high episode.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, as we get into the summer vibes.
Buckle up. We're here for a minute.
Yeah, it's gonna be a high episode.
Yeah.
One of the most anticipated projects from one of
not just 2022.
Yeah, no, in general.
For years, yeah.
But one of the biggest artists of the last few years.
One of the biggest and one of the best.
But when he shows up, he shows up.
Boy, oh boy.
And he shows out.
Man. This album is really interesting, man, because you know, as we were talking offline, I mean, if you're going to disappear on the culture,
right,
and you come back,
right,
this is how you do it.
This is how you come back. This is how you make your return.
This is how you do it.
For sure. When the Heart 5 dropped, I was like, there's some dope MCs, right, and then there are these special ones in a lifetime type of talents. Yeah. That's what Kendrick is at. I don't want him in the conversation with the rapper dudes.
Right.
It's different. In my opinion, it's different.
It's not just your opinion. I mean, and it's funny that when you look online and you see the memes and they always talk about the Mount Rushmores with the Drakes and the Coles, it's like, there's not one of those without Kendrick.
Nah, Kenny.
It's never disputable with him.
Kenny different.
You know what I'm saying? Oh
Kenny
my goodness. I mean, the thing is, like, I watched this guy. I remember him on the Glow in the Dark tour with Kanye, and I remember him on stage just himself. The budget wasn't where it was, where it is today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just him in those Timbs, and he was trying to appeal to
not even the Nike Cortez. He was in
Timbs, man. I guess I don't know if it was in New York. It was MSG, so I don't know if he was trying to appeal to the New York crowd, but he was just up there like just trying to make swimming pools happen.
Right.
And he was barely staying afloat, man.
I see what you did.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He's good.
So, to watch it, but then watching him, like, years later after Damn came out, and then watching him at Jones Beach, man, and like just crush it. He was so good. I was like, okay, he's arrived now. He's officially a superstar now.
Kendrick, I forget what festival it was, but I saw him at a festival, big festival, a lot of people. It might have been Rolling Loud.
Okay.
And just his command.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I perform in front of 10 people.
Right.
I perform in front of 10,000 people.
How it is, yeah.
But that command is different. And when I saw
the consistent command too.
It's electric.
Yeah,
it's electric.
You're the top biller, and to do that for like an hour and a half,
over an hour, right? Over an hour, just going straight.
And it's not like this is our nursery rhymes,
right? No,
it's a lot of breath control. Yeah.
But when I say the electricity, like, you can feel it. It's different. It's just different, and sometimes it's shit that you can't put into words. Right, you've got to experience it. Right. So Kendrick is back. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
Absolutely.
A double album, which is pretty unheard of these days, especially since there aren't really many physical products out there right now.
Like real sustenance.
To your ribs.
I mean, you talk, man, listen. I mean, and that's the thing about Kendrick. Like, Black of the Berry to me is like better than most dudes' albums. Like, Sing for Me better than most dudes' entire mixtapes. It's like, like he makes songs so good. I mean, this is like technical. It's genius technically, and then like again the sustenance and what he gives you, man. Like you still listening to a Good Kid, Mad City, you still can take from it,
For sure. Let's get into this album, man.
Yeah, man.
We sent it off. We're united in grief.
Boy.
That's
what we're doing?
That's the unity?
Man.
When I'm talking about unity, I didn't want grieving to be the cause.
So, I mean, this is... No, but this is one of those... Why he's calling it united grief is that he's showing that we all do it. Mm-hmm. And that's a great, vertebrae for this entire album. Just showing you, like, the shit I'm going through, we all going through it. Shit my family going through, we all going through it. And then uncovering it, like, yo, y'all got to stop hiding. Like we all dealing with trauma. We, being black in America is dealing with trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't avoid it. And I think Kendrick does an amazing job of no pun intended, putting a mirror in front of America, especially black and brown America.
And it's layers, right? Like, as we get through each song, like that's the overarching theme of it. Yeah. But it gets more detailed. It gets deeper as the layers and layers get pulled back, and you really see how we are all. It's like a thing on Twitter, like, yo, we all live the same life, like the memes and jokes and shit. Like,
no, seriously,
we all got the fucking plastic bags under all that type shit, right? But if you really think about it, it's real.
I mean, and with this song, right? I read this something online before. It really struck me. Like, one of those times where, you read something and it just like stops you in your tracks. It was something like to the effect of, and I'm paraphrasing.
That's what happens anytime I read anything that is written.
Oh, that's unnecessary.
I gotta stop. No, really, I can't read your writing while doing shit. You know, like a certain shit you could be like,
no, that's true. Nah, that's
you
true.
gotta like stop. You have to stop what you're doing.
I mean, and don't you write rhymes like that? Like, do you want people to hear your shit, or you want people to listen to your shit?
I would like for people to stop.
Exactly. Well, the line that stopped me in my tracks was saying that black men avoid trauma by trying to get rich, and I was like, oh, whoa, holy shit, like. Yeah, like it's always right. Like whether you hustling, you're trying to work at McDonald's, like it's always about getting that so you don't look like how you feel, or you can look like you can look like other than what your actual reality is. You know what I'm saying? Like
deep.
So with this song, he was still dealing with that, right? Like he 28 years old, cop mansions, the line about 500 for jewelry.
He never would.
That's the chain reaction line he's playing.
Right,
I mean, he's fucking with us now, right? And I'm like, yo, that's so crazy, right? He was just buying stuff just for the fuck of it, hoping that he could feel better by buying stuff. What do they call that? Retail therapy, right?
Retail therapy.
And I mean, but of course he's on another level buying, what's the name? Buys the
Keem bought 4 cars in 4 months.
Cars in 4 months, yo.
But he talks about Keem, like the shit Keem is going through. It's just
Keem is going through the album, yeah.
It's deep because I know we said this off camera, but I want to say it to the public as well. This was such a hard album to rate because this is not an album to me.
Bruh, this is
like a purging. Absolutely. This is like, you know what I'm saying?
This is art. It's beyond art. It's art. It's therapy. This is like, to me, remember on the Biggie episode, right? And P. Frank was asking us about like where does Biggie rank with like the black writers.
Right.
Now this makes sense. Kendrick getting a Pulitzer, right? I never agreed with the Damn album getting it because I thought Good Kid was better, but that's a whole nother topic. But like Kendrick is beyond a rapper now. He's one of our generational writers.
For sure.
You know, like I mean, these songs are their food, their therapy, their reflection. It's not gonna go away after the summer because the single faded.
Yeah. It's different. It's not just like we've had conversations about a bunch of albums. And these albums, there's some incredible bodies of work that we've listened to and that we've rated. But the more I listen to this album, the more it's like, Jesus, I can't even, I can't put a number on this.
Right, I feel almost bad.
But we gotta do it because it's hard to earn.
We gotta do it.
But we're gonna talk through this shit though. We're gonna talk through this shit.
Absolutely, man.
So how'd you feel about Uniting Grief? You know, as far as what Hard to Earn does song-wise, you know, from the music to the lyricism to just all of it.
I mean, and this will be probably my slight criticism throughout. Kendrick is such a god MC that he makes beats that could have been whatever. You know what I'm saying? He takes them to another levels, right?
Yeah.
We talked about Big does that as well.
For sure.
So it's like, you know, some of the production works best with the song because Kendrick is such an incredible songwriter. But like, again, if we breaking it down Hard to Earn style and we like play these instrumentals, do we love this album as much?
Oh,
you know?
yeah, no.
Exactly.
A lot of the beats are, and I have to assume that was intentional.
Of course, right.
You know, because
they're probably tailor-made around the topic
for what he's doing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing I want to get to, and I guess we still on the song, but we not on the song. The definition of bars, right? Because if you ask me, I'm gonna say Kendrick Lamar got bars. But does he say the wittiest shit in the best kind of way all the time? Does he say the lay? You know what I'm saying? The layer.
No,
shit?
but his wordplay is sick.
His wordplay is crazy.
His wordplay is sick. He blends bars together.
Nah,
they don't even stack up like bars sometimes.
Nah,
he'll just not rhyme.
He'll go into whole melody,
but it'll sound so great that like you miss the fact that he didn't rhyme. You know what I'm saying? Like
tons of shit on.
That's how fucking good. That's how fucking amazing he is.
I hope you find some peace of mind in this lifetime,
bruh.
Just that alone, bruh. I hope you find some peace of mind in this lifetime. It's crazy.
Your entire life, man.
I grieve different.
May peace be upon you.
I grieve different.
Grieve different. So when he talks about grieving with retail therapy, right? Then he goes into grieving the sex.
Like a sex addiction.
Sex addiction, which is another.
Which is so.
I had no idea that Kendrick could relate to Kirk Franklin like that.
Kendrick could relate to. Let me shut up.
You know. Anyway, let's go. It's too much.
It's a lot of
albums. We'll be here an hour on every song.
Precisely. It's a lot of album.
What'd you give this?
I gave United an 8.5.
I gave it a 9.
Give it a 9?
I gave it a 9.
I gave it an 8.5. Yeah, for sure. All right, as we proceed in 95.
95. Great title.
Great title.
Right. great title, right? We've been hiding a lot. We've been trying to cover up, protect ourselves, but we've also been hiding a lot, right? And I thought that was, a great metaphor. Let's talk about the performance. Again, we were talking about how he doesn't forget not taking bars off. He melts them together.
Oh yeah, nah.
They're not even bars anymore.
It's all performance.
It's so the performance on this record is ridiculous.
The crazy shit is that it's so much content in the performance. Sometimes you'll get a lot of content and it'll just like 444, right? Jay didn't really perform on that album. He poured his heart out.
He was laid back. Yeah.
He was laid back, but all the delivery was rather monotone, kind of the same shit, right? Absolutely. He didn't take you through highs and lows. He gave you that in emotion.
Right.
Kendrick is giving you those emotions with the performance, which makes it that much more crazy because it sounds good to your ear.
Poetry, the emotion,
right? Yeah. Well, it sounds good to your ear, but then when you dial it back and actually get into what he's saying,
it. Now I love it.
Now I love it. Even like, yo, I don't want to like be super caping, but I just think he's fucking brilliant, bro. No, I just think he's fucking brilliant. But you're not wrong. He's my favorite.
But you're not wrong with
He's my of the newer
right now.
Guy, he's my favorite guy, yo. He's been. Kendrick is the only artist of the current day that makes records, and I sit back and I say, "Damn, I wish I would have made that."
Right.
Like that's the ultimate. I think that's like the ultimate compliment you could pay another artist. Is like when you listen, and I've heard other artists and other performers and shit say this shit like, damn, I wish I would have made that. I think Kel said it one time. I think Maxwell might have said it and shit. But like when those records get made and you like, damn, I should have did that. That's the highest compliment.
I'm still in awe at Sing For Me. I'm still in awe of that shit, man. I'm like, wait a minute.
He had Sing For Me, Money Trees, and
I'm Real is also crazy.
Right, I'm Real. Sing For Me, Money Trees, I'm Real. And what's my other favorite shit off of that? Oh, and Bitch. Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. Oh, yeah, those are all on the same album, bro.
That's unfair.
Those are some of the greatest songs made in the last 20 years.
That's unfair. The world in a panic, the women is stranded, the men on the run. The profits abandoned, the laws take advantage, the market is crashing, the industry wants. Niggas and bitches are sleeping in the box while they making mockery following us. This ain't Monopoly watching for love. This is monogamy, y'all getting fucked. Come on, son.
Yeah, nah. It's too much. It's too much. It's so much in each line. And the way that you gave it up,
bro.
Yeah. Why? Why you acting like that, bro?
You out of pocket. You out of fucking pocket, Kendrick. Anyway, man. Yeah, I mean, the performance on this is perfection. Again, he makes this record. Where the hypocrites at? What community feel like they the only ones relevant? I mean, he talks a lot about this cancel culture, right? Everybody thinking like, transgender, black, white, rich, poor. Like everybody's worrying about their shit. And it's like, nah, like you're not more relevant than anybody.
Right.
Your cause, who you are, your identity is not more important than anybody else's. Like, and I think he really does a great job. Even though that little bar, he says so much with it, Yeah, I mean, so again, the only slight criticism is that I tried to listen to the beat by itself. It would have got repetitive.
Yeah. Musically, cool. It hasn't gotten there yet for me as far as the actual music, like the backdrop.
There are no stellar beats yet.
What'd you give 9.5?
I give another 9. Lyrical mastery, man.
Yeah, I think I could easily be at a 9 because I think that where the music suffers, the delivery and the performance and the lyrics take it up a notch. So I'm at another 8.5, but only because musically I haven't been grabbed yet. Right, you know what I'm saying?
But you also know what your high joints are, so you got your own standard.
For sure. And then there's also like, that's one thing that I think Kendrick has done really well over the course of his career is giving us dope music.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, music. Like
he helps compose his shit. Yeah. It ain't just like rap over a beat.
Yeah.
He composes really concepts with the song. Like,
right, they really put
he does a masterful job on this record, man.
Worldwide Steppers.
Yes.
Kodak Black. So what is Kendrick's...
I was about to ask you that.
What's Kendrick's infatuation with Lil Kodak?
Mr. Morale.
Again, like, you're dealing with a different type of mind, It's different with a different type of mind.
So what is his mind? Why does his mind love Kodak Black so much?
I don't know, but clearly he doesn't care about what Twitter has to say.
Fuck about what Twitter
or anybody with or without a Twitter.
I mean, I get it. Kodak Black is a very interesting character.
But we talked about how we like Kodak Black's music, right? Like, I think the stuff that Kodak Black does musically, he's had some really high points. You know what I'm saying? I think the stuff he does outside the booth, shenanigans, you know what I mean? Antics, whatever. But as far as what he does musically, and even if you break down some of the shit that he's saying, he be saying some shit.
Absolutely.
He's been through some shit.
Absolutely.
So he got a lot.
Young.
Yeah, he's been through a lot. So
early.
he's had a lot to talk about. And I know some people that's connected to him, so I know a little bit more of his story. But it comes out.
The documentary.
Well, you did the first joint, right?
The first joint,
yeah.
We introduced him, man.
It comes out very well in the music.
I had to stake out his mom's house, man. So he tried to ditch. He took my cameraman to the dope spot.
Why wouldn't he?
Why wouldn't he?
Well, he had to go to the dope spot.
I know how street niggas think. You gonna come home to mama. He came home. We had the whole camera crew in front of his dining room table.
Right here.
Exactly. Got him. I think Kendrick loves Kodak so much because he feels like Kodak represents like today's like true nigga, like the nigga who's misunderstood, the nigga who's made the best of his circumstances, immigrant mom, single mom, Haiti, had nothing, got big after jail, had to use jail, for his notoriety, made the best of his talent, got better, made better songs, tried to navigate through the industry, and he's trying to find his way, and I think that's what. I don't speak for Kendrick. I don't have any insight on this, but
that's what you think.
That's what I would have to guess. Like he sees him as a reflection of what the black kid in America is.
But he said, much like when Jay-Z said, "Truth be told, of Skill Soul, lyrically, I would be Talib Kweli." Right. Kendrick gives that same type of nod to Kodak on this album, not on this song, but later on in the album where he speaks to that. Like, I am Kodak. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's crazy. But this song, he tells, it's telling. This song is telling. He talks about his relationships with white women.
Oh, yeah.
And it's deep.
I mean,
it's deep.
Whitney asked if I had an addiction.
Yo, that's crazy.
Ancestors watching me fuck. Yeah, that's retaliation.
I felt like that was retaliation,
bro. That is,
but also
line
to show you that he fucked Pops was a cop, bro. That was the get back.
And here's the thing, right? And Kendrick does this a lot. He's such a great storyteller. He weaves in creative writing with his own personal narrative. So you never know what's
embellished, what's actual.
Like did you play ball? Like you didn't play ball. You couldn't play ball like that. Like with
but he might have played ball
with a traveling team.
I mean, when you're young, you're a kid. You ain't got to be dead nice. You just getting out the hood.
He said he was 16, man.
I was in PAL playing football. I wasn't trying to go to the league.
I mean, to be on an AAU team and traveling, you 16, you nice.
You all right?
I've never known Kendrick to be nice at basketball, but unless that's some hidden talent he's never told us. Anyway, my point is, if that's his narrative, that's great that he's revealing that X amount of albums later. But also those details, like you didn't fuck a white girl for the first time and know the nigga her father locked up. Like I don't know, that's just a little too coincidental. Do I believe the Good Kid, Mad City shit with the model? That whole Green Eye shit is crazy, by the way.
Yo, just the way the way he put that together is crazy. Because it gives you imagery. So you like Green. Oh, so she's a white girl,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Right. But then also FIFA full fun. Yep. Also, so she's tall. She's like a giant. Oh, then he said she's a model. I'm just like watching him spoon feed this shit. I'm like, wow.
Bro. And then of course the performance of it all.
Oh yeah,
he's drilling the host, telling this story, but drilling. I mean, technically it's superb. It's intricate. It's nuts, man. Kendrick is out of his mind, man. Out of his absolute mind. Whitney asked if I had a problem. I said it might be racist. Ancestors watching me fuck. It was like retaliation. Beat is hard too, by the way.
Beat is hard. And the high blood pressure in the catering. You know what I'm saying? The way he came full circle with that shit, again,
shout to Fonte too. That was a phenomenal.
Right. Good genes.
Phenomenal. Right.
Just coming full circle. You know what I'm saying? How we all responsible for each other, and we all have our own.
My grandmother died of cancer. We had Popeyes at her fucking funeral.
Yeah.
This, I don't know. This is
it's
amazing.
A vicious, it's a nasty cycle.
We don't even see it.
Right.
We're good people doing fucked up shit to ourselves.
Right.
That's the brown narrative.
Yeah. What did you end up giving Worldwide Steppers?
Oh man. I get this one a 9.5.
A 9.5?
Yeah,
it's
man.
right there.
I mean,
It's right there.
I don't. There's so again the sustenance.
Mad
There's
sustenance.
so
right,
much
right to
into
your,
this.
Right there to your
I mean, it's not even just about he's talking about important shit. He gives you 4-6 bars of shit that could be a dissertation, right? It could be an entire song.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing this throughout, and again, the performance is like still a 12. Like it's masterful technique. It's, I mean, dissertation after dissertation. He's giving you personal narrative, weaving it with creative writing. Beats hard too. Fuck, he's playing around with his bridges. I mean, it's damn near perfect, Tor. It's damn near perfect.
So here's the actual my last Christmas toy drive in Compton, I handed out eulogies. Not because of the rags in the park have red gradient. That's already crazy.
Gradient.
The rags in the park have red gradient.
Go ahead.
Because the high blood pressure flooded the catering. Yo.
Bro, you talk about personal responsibility.
You know the fucking mind-blown emoji? Bro. And it wasn't like he said the illest shit.
It's not like you died from one Popeye's meal either.
But he's just talking about the cycle, the continuous.
No, I'm an example of what keeps being done in the hood.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I'm a part of the wrong.
So instead of my last, right, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
That was from Black of the Berry shit, like the way he ended that.
Yeah.
Yo, my last toy drive, I'm in the hood trying to do something good.
I think I'm doing good.
I handed out eulogies. Not because of the bloods that was there.
Because of the bloods that were there, which is also negative.
Which is another negative.
Oh man.
But because as everybody came out and we gave away food,
bro,
the high blood pressure was right there in the food that we consume. Mind blown emoji, bro.
Eulogy.
It's a 9. I gave it a 9. You gave it 9.5. I gave it a 9. It's brilliant. It should be a 9. It should be a 10. It's fucking.
It could be like that.
So
stupid.
As we get to the actual, my first favorite joint musically is Die Hard.
Okay.
Musically, the 2-step.
It's a bop.
It's a bop. This is like the first bop.
It's a bop
that we get into in the album.
Absolutely.
And it's mad shit in here still.
Get some shit in here.
It's still some shit in here, bro.
He took off the. See, the thing is, the technique dropped a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's fine. Like he's rocking on it. I don't know if it's as poignant as those first couple of records.
No, it's not
lyrically. But it's a bop, and I mean, and the hook is so heavy. I mean,
well, that's what I was gonna say.
The hook is so
musically, he takes it up a notch.
Yeah,
and his performance is dialed back now.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Like he's letting it breathe a lot more.
Right. Yes, absolutely.
But the chorus is so potent.
Potent, man.
I hope I'm not too late to set my demons straight. Wow. He made it sound so beautiful, by the way.
Wow, he made the demon sound
He made it sound so beautiful, by the way. Shout to Blast.
Wow.
Man, yeah.
That's some shit. I mean, that's so deep.
Bro, it's
so deep. I hope I'm not running out of time. Have I done so much wrong that I can't repent?
This is.
Am I gonna die? Like you start talking about mortality.
This is Kane, Boys in the Hood.
Yes.
Remember, Kane is dying, right?
Right.
And he said, "Yo, my grandfather asked me if I cared about living." Yeah. And I said, I don't know, but now it's too late.
Right.
I hope I didn't go too far to right my wrongs.
Yeah.
Wow.
So heavy.
Yeah, that's heavy. That's heavy.
And he did that when and it's again what Kendrick does beautifully, right? Like it's a 2-stepper.
Oh, so it's a super bop.
You can put this at the cookout. You can
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it at my Juneteenth celebration. Pull up to the deck. We there. Beyond Burgers, you know what I mean? On the grill. Yeah, pull up.
Vegan tasties. Yeah, I hear you. I see you. Right. It's the
high blood pressure floods the catering.
Right. So it's like, yo, we over here bopping at the barbecue, and this dude is over here talking about our mortality.
Yo,
and your hook, like,
yeah, nah.
Who can do that but K-Dot?
It's beautiful. It's really beautiful music.
I mean, yeah.
I love it when it sound good and the message is there. But to your point, this is the first record that, like I said, it turns the bop up, but we turn Kendrick down some as far as how he's been delivering these records thus far.
Right. But I also feel like he makes the beat sound great. Like when I first saw it, I was like, oh, I love this beat. And then I kept listening to it. And I'm like, I don't know if I love this beat as much. I love what Kendrick is doing. The melodies are actually the beat.
Oh, the song.
Yeah,
it's the song of it. It's the song of it. But the beat is dope. The beat is dope.
It's cool.
But it's the song. The whole entire totality of the song
man.
is really, really super dope.
I hope you see the God in me. My truth is too complicated. Like these lines, the truth is too complicated to hide. Now I just have these lines written down. It's the Serafina flame. You know Serafina? Serafina flaming us, like folks. What? How you just pull up Serafina out of nowhere?
Right.
He don't even go nowhere with her. Just like Serafina,
just dropped it.
The flaming her. You know, again, this is a great movie from like I think the early '90s. My dad took me when I was a kid, but like you know about a student in South Africa during apartheid times and protesting, whatever. It's a whole.
It was the biggest shit. Like I remember when it dropped. It was like,
super underground too.
Yeah.
But
who
Whitney Goldberg was the teacher, I think.
Yeah. Right, but just to drop that in there, you know what I'm saying? Like it was again, man. It's just real poignant. It's just real poignant and very intentional.
Right.
But I really like this. The first, like I said, this is the first one that really kind of got me bobbing.
Musically,
where
it's a bop. Yeah,
I was listening to it, but I was also vibing out to it. I gave Die Hard a 9.
9.
Yeah,
8.5.
8.5.
Yeah.
Okay. Yo, B, it gets heavy, man.
Man, I mean,
Father Time. We at Father Time. On this Kendrick Lamar album.
Daddy issues, man.
Like, deep-rooted
daddy issues, man. I mean, he talks about his father. And again, the wordplay, right? The wordplay. The hook. We have sample on the hook. And he's saying, tough love is bottled up. No chaser, neat. Right, comparing it to alcohol,
right?
The tough love stings, and you know
that's a double entendre.
Absolutely, because you're so frustrated about what you went through with your father, you keep it bottled up, and it stings. It's no dilution, so it's neat,
right?
Man,
but also, but you go into the drinking problem. And it's the surface of what the bottled up and neat and the references to drinking because there's alcohol abuse in there as well as physical abuse which is also mental abuse. So it's like
doesn't drink like that.
There's so much shit in there.
He has so much alcoholism around him. And his dad was a drinker. He made that clear.
That's what I'm saying. Like his pops drank. But yeah, like the tough love. We both saw losers, man. Like just the lines on this are crazy, man. It takes that toll on your mental stability. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like the tough love is good, but it's also it's also what's the word I'm looking for? It's a good thing, but it also could be detrimental.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like
it can be a double-edged sword.
Yeah, it's the double-edged sword. It's
that tough love. It's almost like you know, we came up in Brooklyn, right? Like the Dozens, right? Growing up in Brooklyn, there's a lot of shit toughness that you gain to help you throughout life.
Right.
But you also pick up a lot of bad habits.
Right.
And a lot of dysfunction.
For sure.
And shit you gotta unlearn. Lord knows.
Right. I'm unpacking and unlearning shit on a daily basis. And you know what I mean?
Still. Absolutely.
But yeah, I think that was a great point, like playing the Dozens. Like we learn how to cope with that shit.
And be creative. Yeah.
Right. By joking on each other.
Yeah.
You gonna cry, you gonna run away, or you gonna come back with some new shit.
Right.
But like I said, I think that was a great point that you made because those things like now it's fragile. The world is fragile. Yeah. It's a lot more PC. Yeah. Even playing the Dozens it was bullying for sure.
100%.
But it could be looked at.
And there was so much involved with that. All the insecurities, right?
Right. It's mental shit. I'm going to make them laugh at him so they don't look at me. Right, so they don't look at me.
Yeah, exactly.
The craziest shit about it all is that we all were coming from the same place. We all was coming out the same building. You know what I mean? Like your sneakers might have been new that week.
Right.
Yeah, you might have been that. You might have the freshest pair that week.
We both only had one pair of fly sneakers this season.
Precisely.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's
craziness.
Right, all that shit. But that's the type of shit that we deal with, right? And that's what the album get into. It gets into all of this black trauma that we go through. All of us in the world, and how we deal with it, and how it projects, and how
he starts off the song. I mean, the first verse is about sounds like about his personal narrative, right, with his father, his daddy issues. Then he goes into his friends who didn't have fathers,
right. Which is another form of daddy issue,
right? And talking, like they would do things as do things that they say is perceived as being a man, but it's really disguised as gangster.
Right.
So when you have a father at home, where do you normally flock to?
The street,
drug dealers,
the gangs, right?
That's how those dudes.
That's the family, right?
That's how those
when you have that lacking, that void for family, that's the family that becomes your family.
That's the farm system for gangs,
bro. But also, this guy, he's on fire tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Jumping right back up when I scrape my knee. Yo, just the visual,
bro. You can't even hurt.
You can't even hurt. Yo, what's this? His dad went right back to work after his mother's grandmother passed away.
The bills don't grieve,
because
man.
because we're not no silver spoon. What was it? That's life, and it ain't no silver spoons. Like, yo, you can't even grieve. You can't even mourn too long. You got to get right back to work because the bill's gonna pile up.
The wheels will fall off at any given moment. That's
because we don't have no breathing room.
That's trauma.
We don't have no breathing room. We live in maybe
that is trauma.
3 check to check.
You chill. You stop,
if you good,
you stop treading water for a second, you might drown.
You're gonna drown.
That's crazy.
Yeah, nah. It's so much shit, yo. It's I gave it a 9. It's too much.
I gave it a 9.
Yeah, it's a lot in there. It's a lot in there, bro. Rich Spirit.
Oh man.
Is your phone broke?
My phone broke?
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep my balance though.
I'm
definitely trying to keep my balance though.
Yo, that's
Phone's
so
not broke.
funny.
Bruh.
So many people that I know that are financially situated have really, really bad looking phones.
Bruh, but it's such a metaphor, right?
It's a super metaphor.
It's a super metaphor.
But it's also very, very accurate.
Like, yo.
Accurate.
Right. Like, because it's also the reverse, right? It's like you look rich.
Right. But you fucked up.
Your life ain't really rich. Like, you trying to keep your balance. For perception, you want to look rich. So imagine if you, and I always wondered this, right? Like, imagine if you put as much effort into looking a certain way than actually to being a certain way. Actually being a certain way.
In all transparency, I had to get to that point. I was like, yo, do I want to look like I'm getting it? Or do I want to be getting
100%,
it? I stopped doing, like, even now where I'm at in my life, and I got kids, right? We'll talk. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm like, yo, all of this stuff is just stuff. It's just things. I have this conversation with grown people, young people. It's just things, bro.
But you had to get it before you could realize it. I'm fasting.
Right. Talk, because that's. I mean, even that line right there, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like, I love that line, right? It's so slick, right? And again, it's a metaphor, right? It's not just talking directly to a chick. Basically, I'm removing things that are not healthy for me out of my life for a healthier me. That's an amazing line.
That's beautiful.
And it's but it sounds fly and niggerish.
Right.
But it's so healthy though. Like,
right.
Kendrick, man.
He does that a lot. He does that a lot.
So
like
good.
The whole, bitch, I'm attractive. You know what I'm saying?
I feel good about myself.
Yeah.
I'm off that shit. That don't make me feel good.
Like you. I'm fasting.
Like yo ass. I'm fasting off you. You know what I'm saying?
And then the balance, right? We talked about the balance. Rich nigga, broke phone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, man.
It's a metaphor, but it's also very real.
Yeah. Rich spirit. I mean, think of rich spirit. That's important, right?
You gotta have a rich spirit.
Gotta have a rich spirit.
That's
walk in the room.
You
like,
have all the money in the world. If you got a poor spirit,
bro, if you walk in,
you're a pauper. This is all continuations of the jewels he's dropped. I don't got the jewelry on me because I got the jewelry in me. When you get to that part, that's a Kendrick bar. Like when you get to that realization, that's on. Like, that's on Kendrick. Okay. Like I said, a lot of this shit is the continuation, is the next level, the manifestation, the growth of understanding these things.
And Kendrick was never. See, I didn't even know Kendrick was buying mansions and all these jewelry.
No, he was on it like that. But why wouldn't he be? He's a poor kid from Compton.
But he was. But usually, you buy this stuff to show to other people. He was buying it just to buy it. We never seen him. He wore the same Nikes for years.
We never saw him floss.
Never saw him floss like that.
But what's the first thing you do when you get money? You start buying this shit that you never had.
Right, but you do it to tell the world and show the world. But I guess he was
showing, the people who were around him saw it.
Absolutely, yeah.
But he also, I guess, I'm going to assume that he also grew out of that shit really fast or just realized like that wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? Like he talking about the Rollie. We never saw the Rollie.
Never saw it.
We never saw the range.
I saw him with a Rollie. I saw him with a Rollie, but like, you just never saw the ostentatious rap shit.
The corner turned quickly. He turned that corner quickly. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw the level up. We saw a bit of the level up.
Right.
But then he was off that real quick. He was off that real quick. He went into his hiatus. Yeah. He went off the grid, if you will. I don't want to say like into hiding, but he went off the grid. Right. And every time he showed up as a new,
more evolved
iteration of Kendrick Lamar. Absolutely. which I love, and it's still that. Like even as we listen to these albums, so that's growth
crazy.
In these albums.
That's crazy though, right? Because like he's popped up and like that's kind of what he was showing off. His evolution was his chain.
Yeah.
Was his jewelry, but he was still copping the jewelry and the Porsches,
right?
Just because his folks were.
That's what you do.
I think this song was also the first song that he mentioned Eckhart Tolle, the author.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like he mentioned it throughout. Kodak mentions it, and he talks about like the new Earth. It's a philosopher. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
Nah.
I read one of his books. Actually, our good friend Kelly Jackson. Shout
out to Kelly.
She gave me his book. I think it's called The New Earth.
Okay.
And it's basically just about like the world is fucked up or the world is not as good as it could be because everybody leads with their ego.
I mean, the ego, right? That's another thing that I have in my overall notes is that this album is Kendrick going against his ego. Would you give? Let me see. Rich Brick Bro Phone. I'm staying strong. Yeah, I mean, the music is incredible. He's saying some shit. I fuck with it. What'd you give it?
8.5.
I gave it 8.5 as well. I was gonna say, but as you were looking, I was like, I'm gonna just give my score. Yeah, but I gave it an 8.5. As we continue on,
man,
we cry together.
Wow, we just okay. He doesn't let up. He's gonna keep the mirror in front of our face. So he does this whole indictment on society, and what it sounds like really is society through social media. And like everybody yelling about what you're doing to me and how fucked up you are, and everybody's wrong and everybody has a right to feel the way they feel. So he does it through this, it's like Malcolm and Marie type argument between, Kendrick, using Kendrick and
Taylor
Zoe.
Page. Oh, right.
Yeah, no, Taylor Page. Taylor Page. I'm sorry, I said Zoe. I was thinking of Zola, her movie. Great movie, by the way. This is Jesse Williams' ex. And she's a fantastic actress, brilliant filmmaker. And I loved it even more when I found out that she was the girl playing, the disgruntled girlfriend. I mean, everything they say is so harsh, right? It's so harsh.
It's so harsh.
It's so harsh. It's so real. Like we've either been through it, heard it, or heard our friends go through it, right? Read it, so you know what I'm saying. Like this is all real shit.
Foreign. Yeah,
none of it is so.
It's not my reality.
So familiar. It's not my reality.
Yeah, no,
it's
I can't.
So familiar. I can't. I never bought a woman a rolly chain. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
the part. That's your all that other shit. That's the part. It's scary, bro. Yeah. It's scary that is some people's reality. Yeah. Real talk. And for me, like, I'm not built like that. I'm not an argumentative type person.
And then the evil of it, too.
But it's really like to hurt you.
They are trying. Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
it.
Everything is a dagger.
That is it. Yeah. It's not even about like, I want to get this off my chest. I'm trying to hurt. I mean, some of it was like, I need to express this. And like, there was pain there. But they were trying to stab each other with their words.
Nah, I'm trying to kill you with this.
What?
This is a song.
I'd rather fuck off the juice. That pussy's loose. That's your fucking girlfriend, my man.
But she said, I'd rather fuck on your cousin.
On your cousin. I said I got it. Yeah, like, what the... What?
She said, I'd rather act like I'm coming. Like, it's so bruising. Yeah, it's so bruising.
But see, what you don't even understand is, right, is like, they're saying such fucked up shit, and what she's saying to him is so fucked up. What he's saying to her is so fucked up. We're so focused on, damn, he just shot her. You're not realizing you are talking about, you wifed loose pussy. Right? Right? You stayed with a nigga who held you down. Like, what's wrong with you?
Right?
You were going to go to Georgia but decided to stay with this nigga. That's on you.
That's on you.
You were going to fuck his cousin, but you stayed with him. That's on you.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, the beauty of this shit is like they're hurting each other, and we're so focused on ooh, and it's like you don't even realize she punched his fucking jaw off, but she broke her hand when she did it. You're not even seeing her pain. Right. You're not seeing his pain.
Right.
Like, exactly. That's not cool. Like, why would you wife a chick with loose pussy for years? Like, why would you do that? Why if this thing is holding you down and being an anchor to your progress?
Right. Not holding you down.
Not holding you down, like in a slang term.
Pinning you down.
But pinning pinning you down,
right,
oppressing you in your progress. Why would you like? That's on you. There's something wrong with you.
For sure.
Y'all are both fucked up. And then of course at the end their dysfunction, turns into fucking couch backshot mania on the couch. Like,
so this record for me is very jarring to the ears too. It's not something that will have a lot of replay value for me.
I was gonna say that.
It's too much. Like it's too heavy. It's like people, places, and things that we around, situations and shit. Some of it is heavy. Like and I choose.
There are certain movies we're not gonna watch again.
I choose not to go to that place. Yeah. Like I'm gonna choose not to. I love what the song represents and what it does on the album. And if I'm listening to the album as a whole, on sometimes I'll let it rock. But it's not a record that's gonna it's like it did what it needed to do for me.
I loved breaking it down. I appreciate it. Also, you know, K-Dot's has always studied Eminem. This is Kim from the Marshall Mathers album. This is definitely the offspring of Kim.
I love the actual song, like the way that the emotion in it, the performance. Yeah. Like this is a play. Yeah. This is like we can go watch this.
You hear the pain in her voice.
Yo, bro, give me my fucking keys, bro.
Give my keys, bro.
Yo, when the voice crack, like it's it's a movie.
She said, I'm going to church. I'm crying. I go to church praying for you, trying to find value in us and also trying to find value in herself. I mean, it's pain all over. All of it, man.
And the delivery. Like they both nailed it. I don't know how many takes it took. I don't know what it took to get there, but I would love to be a fly on the wall in the process of creating this, because this is art. This is beautiful art. It's nasty and it's mean. Have you seen that movie, Malcolm? This is what that is. Yeah, this is what that is. That's a really dope movie.
Really dope movie.
It's a really dope movie. Shout out to
very
Zendaya.
Also very triggering.
And Dave. Yeah. Triggering for sure.
It feels like the evolution of I've thought of Kim performance wise. Eminem's Kim from Marshall Mathers album, but also it feels like a evolution of Ye's Blame Game as well. You know what I mean?
It's just done so well. Yeah. Like one thing about Kendrick is like they make really good music too. Like they make really good songs. They make really good compositions. You know what I'm saying? Like when you add the violin to Don't Kill My Vibe, when you add certain harmonies, the performance
even the way
of this
the song
record,
starts.
I don't know how they got to that place, because it very much feels like I'm sitting in the living room and my friends are in the next room arguing. Like it sounds that real. Like it don't sound like I pressed play on those songs. It sounds like
they were going through
I stumbled onto some shit.
They created this shit together. You can tell. Stressing myself, trying to figure out why I'm not good enough. Going to church, praying for you, searching for good in us.
Yo, Lord, who wrote that? Who wrote that,
Ooh,
bro?
That's pain.
I feel
that's so much. Every bar there was pain. There was a new pain in every bar.
Crazy.
And yet every bar was related, was interdependent to the previous and the succeeding bar. Crazy, man. Yeah, crazy.
It's a wild record. I gave Cry Together. I gave it an 8.5.
I gave it a 9.
I gave it 8.5, but I might want to change it to a 9, honestly, because it's
not a song, man.
It's not a song.
It's just art. It's black art, man.
Yeah, it's a 9. It's a 9. I'm pulling Audible.
There you go.
Purple Hearts.
I love this song.
I figured you would.
I love it. You know I love it.
It's Kendrick Lamar, Summer Walker, Tony Starks.
Oh yeah.
Wow. I mean, how could you go wrong with those three?
Never saw that 3.
Yo, that was the wildest pairing.
I never saw that 3.
I was like, yo.
I was like, wait, what? I saw the track.
But then I was also like, yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yo, I love this song, man. And again, my one small criticism throughout this album is not all the beats slap. Kendrick just makes magic with them. This fucking slaps.
This is a dope beat.
Wow, this is such a good beat.
This is a dope beat.
It's such a good beat. I love the hook. I mean, shut the fuck up when love is talking.
Yo, be quiet.
Yo,
be quiet.
That's so fucking powerful.
Yo, love is talking.
Shut the fuck up. Don't get in the way.
Yeah.
Don't interject.
We don't need your
opinion. Yeah. Just shut the fuck up.
And let it do what it do.
Bruh.
Yeah, baby. This is hard to earn. We have real talk here.
Ready though?
How many times has a woman told me a dude talked himself out out of the pussy.
Out of the
You trying to talk your way in.
Had 4 toes in.
But shut the fuck up.
Moonwalked right out.
Moon is glid right on
Right up out of there.
Yo.
Look at that. The sidewalk was glowing. Sidewalk was going away.
Hey, baby. Hey, right out the pussy. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
No, you don't.
It was right there. It was there for you.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, this song is so good, man.
Summer Goes Crazy. She sounds dope. She sounds so dope on this shit.
Let's start with Kendrick.
Okay.
Because this is a radio...
I mean, we've been talking about Kendrick all album.
This is a radio record.
For sure.
It's a radio record. And again, he goes so... Like, you could... This is cookout shit. This is ride around shit. Clean your crib shit. This is vibe shit. And he goes so heavy with it. He brings Whitney back into it.
Right.
Professing his love for her.
Whitney is mentioned all over the album. I wonder how she feels about that.
Well, she's on the cover, so I'm sure she's okay. She's probably she's like an executive producer.
I would assume so. I mean, he went so far with it, but like as we get to the end of the album, he says by the time you hear this, Whitney's gone. You know what I'm saying? So like,
but I mean, how far is she if she's on the album cover? I mean,
it's all for us to speculate.
Yeah, that's his life partner. I think she'll always be with him. On whether they are, I don't even know if they're officially married. Honestly, I mean,
we don't know anything about his. We didn't know he had 2 kids until we saw the cover.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like, yeah, babies.
I knew he had kids. I didn't know he had 2 kids.
Yeah, I didn't know he had 2 kids until we saw the cover.
Yeah, and I think I've seen a picture of Whitney like once ever.
Yo, is that like 2 pictures? One on the red carpet when he made it, and one when it was like kids when they were like 8. You know what I'm saying? Like. Yeah. But she's been there. She's been there since day one. Yeah, but talk to me. You got notes on?
Yeah. I bless it that you have an open heart. I bless that you forgive. I bless that you can learn from a loss. I bless that you can heal. I bless one day that you attract somebody with your mind exact. A patient like flaws. Bless them twice, they'll bless you back. That is heavy.
Heavy.
That is heavy. That is somebody who's been in some dark places, has been forgiven, been in some dark places, has forgave, excuse me, and now is trying to teach the world how to be gentle with themselves.
Live through these life lessons and the beauty of them, of all of it, the good, the bad, the pain, the struggle, all of it is the lesson in it. And the ability to give that to somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's all the shit that we go through is so that we could teach, so that we can give that away. Right.
We're supposed to go through this experience to teach. I mean, that's what parenthood is, all of that, right?
Right.
We gotta stop.
I'm not a hoarder of information. I'm not that guy. I've never been that guy. If I got it, I want to give it up.
Same.
And I want you to learn from it. I want you to learn from my wins and my lessons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, getting back to the Purple Hearts. So I mean, because like you got more, because I want to get to the Ghostface. Like it's Ghost.
Well, I want you to get to Summer.
I mean, Summer just. Well, all I was gonna say was, I mean, yeah, lyrically, it's all types of shit in there. It ain't love, you never ain't mine. But also, she just sounds amazing.
I just have a thing for Summer. Also,
really,
she always sounds.
She just sounds.
I loved her before
amazing.
She got the surgery. I thought she was
on the record. I saw her perform a couple weeks ago at the Mary concert, the Mary Festival in Atlanta, and she looked great and she sounded really good on stage as well. Yeah, it's such an odd pairing, a combination of the three.
It's unexpected, I would call it.
But Kendrick does that though, right? Like pulling MC Eighth on Good Kid.
He loves,
you know what I'm saying? Like, like
all out of nowhere.
A Ghostface verse. You know what I'm saying? Like, my one small criticism is I wish that Ghost would have got like half the drums. His verse was so open.
Yeah.
Like it needed to land. I wanted to land.
Do we need the Ghost verse?
I'm never gonna turn down a Ghost verse.
That's a wrong question for you. Yeah.
But no. I mean, listen, this is hard to earn, right? Mm-hmm. Do we need it? No. But it makes sense for the type of song that it is, and it's Ghost. So I just love that he's on Kendrick Lamar's album.
What was the first word, Ghost's verse?
What
it's such a Ghostface word. It's such a Ghostface word to start a verse.
Yo, telekinesis.
How's that your first word? That's so Ghostface.
Exactly. This is exactly why we needed it. Ghost verse is all over the place.
Well, it's all over the place. But even in summer though, right? That whole line about it ain't love if you judge me for my past, and dudes always want to get with like the bad girl, right? The bottle girl or the stripper, Instagram model. You get them, and all of a sudden it's like, you used to fuck with that guy, or like you want to be insecure. Like that's not love.
It's the shit that make you laugh, make you cry. It's the shit that you loved about me, you hate about me.
Right.
I'm the popping chick, but guess what, famo? I wasn't only popping to you. Right. I was popping to the rapper that was hot 6 months ago that came in, that pulled up, and I have a past, but we all do. We all do. We all got baggage. We all got shit.
So do women feel like it ain't really love if you ain't never eat their ass?
I couldn't answer that question for you, sir.
That's terrible if that's the case. I've loved lots
you haven't loved many? You haven't loved many people. As you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Now I see why they be mad.
You don't love me. Now you understand what they was. He was like, by summer standards, no.
You gotta speak up.
You gotta speak up.
I should have got a bigger tongue.
Yo, this is not love by summer standards.
Yo. Damn.
Wait, so did you think that the Ghost verse was unnecessary?
I love it because it's Ghost. And this is just such, again, like you said, I wouldn't even call it an odd threesome, right? Can you hear it odd threesome? I don't think it's an unexpected threesome. And
it's odd because Kendrick is hip hop, but there's no real direct connection to Wu-Tang. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like Kendrick SZA makes sense. Maybe Ghost SZA makes sense. But when you put the three of them together is when it gets to like, word? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think this record needed the Ghost verse. It's cool for the novelty.
Yeah,
it's cool. It's cool for novelty.
I love it. It looks great. It's a look for Ghost. I like I said, like the MC8 on Good Kid, like Kid Capri on Damn, right? Like these things just like it's just like some random, but it's random as fuck, but it's a nod to the culture, and I love that because we know how this shit is. When you on the top of the mountain, very rarely do you, and this is not to disrespect anybody, but very rarely do you even, I won't even say look down or look back, look to your left or your right. You were the top of the mountain. To extend your platform to Ghostface in 2022 on one of the most anticipated albums.
Kid Capri.
And Kid Capri, right. And like those things are really, really dope. Like I really love that. Absolutely. And Kendrick has done it repeatedly. You know what I'm saying? So like that's why the Ghostface verse, because it's Ghost and I love Ghost and I love to hear him over, Weekend Love. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, why not? It's dope. Give Ghost a couple $2 in a plaque.
Hey.
You know what I mean? Yeah, why not?
For the culture.
Why for the fucking culture? Gave it a 9.
Give it a 9?
Gave it a 9.
9.5 for me.
9.5?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Shut the fuck up when love is talking.
If you want respect, you gotta earn it. You damn right.